Hello, thanks for joining to learn more about USDA Regional Food Business Centers and the associated funding opportunity open now. I'm Tricia Kovacs, Deputy Administrator for Transportation and Marketing at USDA's Agricultural Marketing Service, and I'm so excited to be launching this program and to be entering into this partnership opportunity to serve smaller farms and food businesses and underserved communities. With $400 million in funding, USDA regional food business centers will be well equipped to assist in building sustainable local and regional food systems with special emphasis on historically underserved areas of the country. We are well aware of how the COVID-19 pandemic exposed vulnerabilities within our nation's food systems, and that the pandemic continues to affect farms and food businesses. USDA and the Biden-Harris administration are committed to building on lessons learned from the pandemic to create a stronger and more resilient food system. In June, Secretary Vilsack announced USDA's framework for transforming the food system. Our vision of the food system of the future is one that is fairer, more competitive, and more resilient. The creation of the regional food business centers is a critical piece of this plan. These centers will serve as a cornerstone in USDA's development of the local and regional supply chains and support producers by providing localized assistance to access markets, including linking producers to institutions, wholesalers, processors, and distributors. USDA recognizes that smaller and mid-sized food and farm businesses are essential to the food supply chain, but we also know that they face unique challenges within the marketplace. The regional food business centers will provide service in coordination, technical assistance, and capacity building to these types of businesses. We at USDA will be active partners in the regional food business centers and collaborate to help farmers and businesses navigate the many resources available from USDA. I want to personally thank you for your interest in the regional food business centers. We at USDA are grateful for stakeholders like you who continue to make investments in your local communities. And here at AMS, we are staffing up to support this historic initiative and are prepared to help you as you navigate the application process. I would now like to introduce Christina Cannell, Deputy Director of our Local and Regional Foods Division. She's going to speak with you more about the design of the program and the request for applications for the USDA Regional Food Business Centers.
Thanks so much for that introduction, Tricia. As Tricia said, my name is Christina Cannell, and I am the Deputy Director of the Local and Regional Foods Division at the Agricultural Marketing Service. So here's a brief overview of what we plan to cover today. We'll give an overview of the centers, cover the three main responsibilities of the regional food business centers, talk a little bit more about eligible applicants and beneficiaries, and then share a little bit about where to find more information. Because I do want to note that this is not designed to be a comprehensive webinar to share everything that you need to know about how to apply or all the details of what the centers will plan to do. We will plan to do a more in-depth webinar and offer other opportunities for more information. And for all of that, please visit the website on the screen here, ams.usda.gov/regional centers. So first, a little bit more of the basics. This program is authorized and funded through the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2021. This legislative authority directs the Secretary to provide support for agricultural producers, growers, and processors impacted by the coronavirus. There's a specific mention of support for local food systems, including farmers markets, schools, and other producers that are selling into local and regional food systems. So as Tricia talked about a little bit, we know that our food system has prioritized price and efficiency, and small and mid-sized producers often struggle to access markets. So we're designing the regional food business program to support small and mid-sized farm and food businesses to help them capitalize on new opportunities, create jobs, and achieve a more resilient food system. Supporting small and mid-sized producers and food businesses will make the food system more resilient, diverse, and competitive. We also plan for this program to have a focus on historically underserved producers and food businesses, as we know that they have faced particular barriers to market access. The goals of the program are sixfold. First, we hope the program will expand and strengthen regional food systems networks and partnerships in response to hardships and vulnerabilities exposed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Second, increase food and farm businesses and financial acumen, create more, new, and better markets, and increase market awareness and access for small and mid-sized producers and processors. Increase the number of local producers that distributors, retailers, and food service buyers source from, either directly or through intermediaries. Increase the number of new food and farm businesses and improve the viability of existing businesses, and increase the revenue of food and farm businesses served. This slide, we're talking a little bit more about the program design. Why did we decide to take a regional approach versus creating another national level grant program, for instance? We know that stakeholders working in particular geographic areas have a great handle on the challenges and opportunities that exist in their region. So we wanted to create a program that would capitalize on that unique knowledge. Second, we know this program is going to maximize investment impact. USDA and agencies across the federal government are creating new programs and getting new funding streams out into the field. Yet we also know that smaller and mid-sized businesses struggle to access those programs, often because they need technical assistance to apply or to implement those new resources. So we're hoping this program will create a hub of resources that will help these smaller businesses succeed. This is complementary to other USDA programs. Again, we know that applicants need some support, and we also know that USDA has a lot of resources out in the field, yet we're not often coordinated in how they are delivered. So we think that this regional food business program will be a hub of resources for those smaller businesses. Fourth, the cooperative agreement model that we're using here will ensure coordination and substantial USDA involvement. This is to ensure that the regional food business centers are not working in isolation in their own geographic regions, but are coordinating as a network across the country and with USDA. We think that this will create an opportunity for all of the regional centers to leverage USDA resources and come together to support more resilient food systems as we move forward. So now I'm going to transition to talking about the three main responsibilities of the regional food business centers. First is coordination. The regional food business centers will act as a regional hub coordinating across a geographic area with USDA and with the other regional food centers. To serve this convening role effectively, the regional food centers must demonstrate partnerships with a variety of organizations, including state agencies and underserved organizations. Additionally, regional food centers will be encouraged to collaborate with related initiatives and hubs, both inside and outside of USDA. The regional food business centers will be responsible for convening and formalizing a network of regional stakeholders working across the supply chain. Again, collaborating with other centers, working with USDA staff in the field and in the national office, and developing a plan for sustaining this coordination and technical assistance and investment strategies in the region. This strategic planning that the regional food business centers will do will inform the technical assistance and capacity building services that the regional food business centers will offer. The second main responsibility of the regional food business centers will be to offer technical assistance. The centers could offer that technical assistance directly or through subawards to organizations that will provide direct business technical assistance to small and mid-sized food and farm businesses. Technical assistance providers will support USDA grant and loan applicants and recipients that are focused on supporting regional supply chains. Technical assistance topics may include value chain coordination, including networking and peer-to-peer sharing, market development, including market research, access, and marketing campaigns, navigating and managing financial resources from third parties, including federal, state, tribal, and other sources, business development, including planning, financial literacy, legal and regulatory compliance, and software needs such as analysis and risk assessment and succession planning. The third main responsibility of the regional food business centers will be to offer capacity building grants. Capacity building is the piece that makes the regional food centers program pretty unique from other USDA programs and opportunities. This is the piece where we're hoping that the coupling of technical assistance and capital will offer a streamlined way to support businesses. So the regional food business centers will offer financial assistance to support projects that are unique to the region and may be able to offer seed and bridge funding to expand or start new businesses. These business builder grants will be up to $100,000. So now I'll talk a little bit more about eligible applicants and beneficiaries. All applicants to lead a regional food business center must come from an eligible entity representing a partnership. A partnership is an agreement among 3 or more eligible entities representing at least 2 of the eligible entity types listed below. So we're looking for a coordinated effort across several different entities. One entity will need to apply as the lead in the partnership, but there should be a letters of commitment from the other partners that also represent eligible entities that are ready, willing to support the partnership and have their responsibilities outlined in the application. In terms of program beneficiaries, just want to be pretty explicit here, though we've mentioned it several times so far in just this short webinar, but the intended beneficiaries are small and mid-sized producers, processors, and distributors that sell into all types of markets, including local and regional markets. The program is inclusive of all types of agricultural food products, including fruits, vegetables, meat, poultry, fish, grains, and dairy. The last topic that I wanted to cover today is, well, we keep talking about regional, so what are the regions? We are offering a lot of flexibility in how applicants can choose to design the geographic regions that the regional food business centers will reach. So applicants will propose geographic regions that reach some or all of 3 states or territories, or reach a 400-mile radius. So we're offering a lot of flexibility, again, to make sure that applicants can choose organizations that make sense to work with and match kind of production areas and distribution areas and food sheds. USDA intends to select a regional food business center that serves the tribal areas across the country. We're calling that kind of the National Tribal Center. We also intend to select a center that will serve the colonias as a priority area. We'll also select a center that will serve high need or limited resource areas of the Delta and the Southeast, and high need areas of Appalachia. So that being said, that we anticipate that the regions that are proposed will be likely larger than just the colonias or high need areas of Appalachia, but would include those areas as a priority that the regional centers would direct the majority of their resources and funds to. USDA intends to select and consider applications from across the country, not just focused on those 4 areas listed here, but applicants will need to propose not just the geographic region that they plan to reach, but also the priority areas within that region. Applicants will be able to use different pieces of data to show how their priority areas are high need and how they will serve underserved communities that were particularly affected by the pandemic. So I know that was a lot of information in a short amount of time. But we wanted to give you just an overview, give you a flavor of the program, what we're hoping will be accomplished. And we know that we will need all of your help to get there. And so if you're interested in learning more, and we hope you are, please visit the website on the screen here, ams.usda.gov/regional centers. And we look forward to working with you. Thanks so much.